Hello everybody. Today is Saturday. It's been a really crazy end of the year for school. I'll update you guys on that. It's been very busy. I've basically been living on field trips and at their school and setting things up for things at school, but there's only 3 half days left. I am just running on caffeine at this point. I did get a good night's sleep. I think I got like 7 hours of sleep last night, so I'm grateful for that. Today is my niece's graduation party and that's where we're at right now. But I'm not going to vlog a whole lot in there. I just wanted to say hello, start the vlog. You guys want to say hi?
Hi. What's good, y'all? What's up, chat? Let's go to the Biscuit toilets.
All right, welcome to the vlog. All right, guys, I planned to get some B-roll stuff, but there were so many people there and it was so nice to talk with old friends and family and it was such a beautiful time celebrating sweet Audrey. Congratulations, Audrey. We are so proud of you. What are you doing? Stop. What are you doing?
Getting extras.
Behind the scenes. I just gave him an old iPhone. He's my little picture guy, so he's been taking pictures and little videos. And anyways, I did not get any footage at all over there, but we had an amazing time, and I'm sure my brother and sister-in-law are gonna do a video, though I didn't see them vlogging it all, so maybe not. I don't know. I'll put their channel down below, and I'm sure you can see their whole, this is a big bash. So go watch their video. Before I went to the graduation party, I knew we weren't gonna be here all day, so I put a little stew in the crock pot. And I'm gonna try to whip up some biscuits really quick, some homemade biscuits. I really need to do a website so I can share all my recipes. I feel like I start recipes out and then I adjust them to make them more like what I want. I don't know. Anyways, I am gonna make some homemade biscuits and then I have to make a better than anything cake. I can't with a straight face say the real name of that cake, okay? But it's a chocolate cake and you bake it just normal. Anyways, I'm gonna make one of those tonight because Lance is having a barbecue at work tomorrow. There's no holiday, but they're doing a little potluck barbecue. So I'm going to make that cake. It is 6 o'clock. I'm so sun wasted. I sat in the sun for a long time, probably going to be a little burned, but I am starting to get color already. I've been in the sun 3 days in a row. It's kind of amazing. Okay, let's make some biscuits. stew is done. We're just waiting for Lance to get home. Natalie is staying the night at my brother's house and sister-in-law's, so she's not here. But whew, it's been such a nice day. The weather, I think I'm a little slightly tiny burn, but it was kind of the first time my skin has seen any significant amount of sun since the cruise in February. So it still felt pretty amazing. I believe the sun is very healing. Obviously not too long in the sun, but I love the sun so much. All right, actually, before I get started, because I actually need a little bit of a break. Okay, so I have a really cool story that I want to tell you, and I'm going to tag them down below because I'm just so grateful for them. I went on a field trip with Braden's class on, oh gosh, I can't even remember, Thursday, I think. And it was called, I think, the Outdoor Days or something. It's held by the BLM, like Bureau of Land Management of Alaska. It was the coolest field trip I think I've ever been on. They had stations all over where they learned about like how they track the animals. They had actual physical collars there that they put on these animals. I mean, like huge ones for moose, bear, why they track these animals. And then they had like these sand pits with actual bones in them from like sled dogs, and I have goosebumps right now. This is ridiculous. I really had such a good time. So they did that. They did archaeology stuff. They put out fires. A Department of Forestry was there, so they wore like a little water pack and they put fires out. And then the coolest thing of all, they had real life smoke jumpers jumping out of airplanes. And then they got to go talk to, I got goosebumps all over my body. What is going on? Then they got to go talk to the smoke jumpers and like touch the parachutes and stuff, which I walked over and I was like, can I just touch it? I've always been curious what a parachute feels like. And it was really silky and super lightweight, obviously. It was a really cool field trip, okay? Gold panning was supposed to be one of the stops, and it was there, but the schedule that we had did not include the gold pannings. They gave everybody a schedule, but not everybody got to do every stop. I'm guessing they just had to exclude one or two of the stops. So they didn't get to go gold panning, and that was one of the things they were most excited for. So I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't like being told no. I asked his teacher and I was like, listen, if I can get together some dirt, I've got a few gold pans, could I bring gold panning to your class? And she's like, oh my gosh, that would be so fun. So we worked together, and the hardest part, so gold is very expensive. I could be wrong here, but I want to say it's like $3,400 an ounce right now. Normally you can find dirt with gold in it to pan a lot of places. The problem was I was trying to do it out of pocket mostly, and so it couldn't be like a huge expense. So I immediately started messaging people on Instagram. I called Gold Dredge number 8. So if you come to Fairbanks, please go check them out. Let me explain what they do. They have a train that takes you along, teaches you all about gold panning. Fairbanks was founded on gold. Felix Pedro found gold. You can go, we vlogged at the little creek where he found gold for the first time. So they teach you all about gold panning and how they used to do it. They have old machinery that they're using, and pulleys, and just pretty cool little train ride that's very informative. And then at the end of it, you also get to go gold pan, okay? They have all these troughs set up. You get a little, it's called a poke, I believe, but it's a little bag of dirt. Actually, let me go grab one. This is what it looks like, okay? It's a little bag full of dirt, and there's a little bit of gold in there, okay? Anyways, very cool place. If you're coming to Fairbanks, definitely recommend going to them. They were so nice, you guys. His field trip was on Thursday. I immediately, while I was still at the field trip, started messaging people, calling people. So I called Gold Dredge number 8 on Thursday at 3:30, okay? The lady was super nice that I spoke with and let her know what was going on. I was trying to get gold panning to about 25 kids, and she was so nice. They do a lot of field trips, so she kind of knew, they were kind of already set up for that. And she was like, well, I need to talk to my general manager and I believe the owner, I'm not sure. She put me on hold and she comes back and she's like, I can't find my general manager and I believe the owner, but if I can take your number and then here's a couple of emails, go ahead and shoot him an email and explain what you're doing and what you need. And so I did. I shot this big long email about how they went on the field trip and it was nobody's fault, but they were excluded from the gold panning, so we were trying to line this up. And Jason from Gold Judge number 8 called me back and was so kind. He gave me all these options of like what we could do. He gave me an incredible deal, you guys, on this. Like I don't even know how they did this, Kay. I really don't, but very good deal on 25 bags of dirt. I am so sorry this is getting long, but they texted me last night and said, hey, your bags of dirt are done. This is how much it's gonna be. And I was like, oh, can I come grab it? And so they were just closing up and I rushed out there like, I may have sped, I don't know. But I got there and the general manager was so kind, you guys. Like he was so joyful and like excited for this. I don't like to feel like I'm like inconveniencing people. And he was so kind, you guys, like so excited. We went in there, I paid for the dirt. He puts all the 25 of these into a few bags. They also gave us the little containers, the little vials to put the gold in so every kid can take gold home. Over the top nice. They didn't even charge me for those. And then as I'm like leaving, he's like, oh, hold on. And he goes and grabs a couple like Gold Dredge number 8 stickers for my kids because I had Addison and Brayden with me. You guys, this is a long story, I know, but Monday morning, there's gonna be an entire classroom full of kids that get to experience gold panning. And I know it's common here, but it was something they were looking forward to. It is the last 3 days of school and Gold Dredge number 8 made it happen. They have no idea who I am too. So it wasn't like they were telling me I had to put this on Instagram or YouTube or anything, but like, So anyways, that was a long story. Gonna leave a link down below to their website because it's super cool. I've actually gone on a field trip with Brayden there a couple of years ago and it was a lot of fun, a huge learning experience about Fairbanks. It may be different because it was a field trip and kids only can sit for so long, but it was still very informative and very cool. So anyways, cool story. Also, my mom informed me that my dad loves watching me cook, so you guys are probably gonna see cooking on all of them because I love you, Dad. All right, I am going to leave a link down below to what this cake is called because I'm a child and I can't say it on a YouTube video. But I'm gonna get started on that. Game. I already got my pajamas on and I have different pajamas other than these? Yes. Okay. It just happened to be the time. Also, most of them are like super crusty. I call them like crusty musties. It's like the shirts that have like holes in them and you know, the ones that have been around for a while. Those are my crusty musties. Anywho, one thing I did want to mention is I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a pretty bad bruise. It looks like a sus bruise. It is just where they put my IV. My veins are really bad to begin with anyways. Even when I'm hydrated, they have a hard time, especially when I donate blood. But when I am dehydrated, they literally have to use like veins in my hands and they have to use like the smallest needle. That's what that bruise is. It's in a weird spot, but yeah, I want to explain that because it's a weird looking bruise. Now, to finish this cake, I am going to put it in this, do what I need to do, pour the caramel and stuff. And then I'm gonna put it in a disposable pan because Lance didn't want to bring back my pans. So, anyways, it's kind of a joke, okay? Lance right now is rolling his eyes at me. Okay, let's finish this cake. All I did was create this cake, I didn't create this cake. I made this box cake mix, German chocolate, just how the box says to make it. And now you'll see what I do next. I keep forgetting to hit record. Oh my gosh. I took the spoon and I poked holes all over the cake. It was a really cool angle and it would have been a cool shot for you. This is what I did, okay? Just pretend. Sweeten condensed milk. For 2 hours. It's gonna allow all the sweetened condensed milk and the caramel to absorb into the cake. I think a lot of these cakes are called like poke cakes because you poke them and then you fill them with whatever. This is not a healthy cake by any means. Then when it's done, I'm going to top it with Cool Whip. You're supposed to do it right before you serve it, but he leaves at 4 a.m. so no thank you. I'm gonna put the Cool Whip on it and then top it with these Heath bits. And that is the cake. So I am actually going to end this one. I will show a little bit of B-roll at the end here of me finishing the cake, but I'm gonna go hang out with my kids. Also, I use this whole jar. Basically, there's a tiny bit left. You're supposed to save a little bit of the caramel to like drizzle all over the top. Sorry to say drizzle. I know that's a weird word, but forgot. So it's just in the cake. All right. Thank you guys for coming along today and listening to my stories and watching me cook and bake and yeah, I'm going to have to include more cooking. I know you guys enjoy that, but most importantly, my mom said my dad does, so we're gonna make that a priority. All right, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!